Our zoning code and land use planning has not been updated in any kind of material way in the city of Buffalo in 60 years. The last time there was a major rewrite and a major update to Buffalo zoning code was 1951. So this process is long overdue. And it's one of the reasons why in Buffalo, I believe, that when you hear projects announced in different parts of the community, there's such difficulty in fighting oftentimes around those projects because the zoning code is out of date. In some instances, it doesn't make sense. In some cases, the public is not aware of it, has not had input into it. This will be the public's opportunity to really drive the city's zoning laws, to drive our land use planning, and to really tell us what you want to see in your neighborhoods, what uses you would like to see in commercial areas, what uses you would like to see, and it will really provide a great level of predictability for the development community, but also to the residents of the city of Buffalo living in our neighborhoods. One of the things that we have done is selected a firm, Primeros, from Chicago that has a tremendous amount of experience in helping communities across the country rewrite their zoning codes. And the successes that have been achieved in these other communities that have gone through this process have been absolutely extraordinary. And I know in Buffalo, we are extraordinary too.
I think my experience was wonderful. I think I generally love talking to people, and I think that the process worked out very well. People got really engaged in it. I know you've watched it and you have seen that. I think that you know, I've made it a point to thank people for coming as they leave these meetings, and very many of them commented about how much they enjoyed it and liked it. So it was a good experience for me. We worry a little bit of each, are we going to get enough turnout? And so we're probably with this morning's meeting going to easily reach 800 people or more. And if we add the people we talked to at the regional meetings and other meetings we've had, we're well over 1,000 people that we have input from for the plan. So I'm really pleased about that. And we will deliver to the city in a couple of weeks the raw data without unanalyzed, but every comment written down on these sheets will be put together with a photograph of the map and published in a booklet. And those will all be put online. So everybody can see the basic data, unanalyzed, unchanged, unedited, just the way it came out of people's mouths. And we think that, you know, is part of the transparency philosophy of the entire process. So from that point, we're going to then sort through that data and, as I said, extract and make composites of what we've learned from people as it relates to land use.
I'm interested, you know, I actually moved back to Buffalo from California, and I've seen a lot of things there as far as little walking areas. I wanted to see what kind of thoughts or visions were for Buffalo in the future. And I think that it's a lot of interesting conversations, and I think some of the information passed on will help the higher ups as far as developments and plans. So I think it would be helpful. Actually, I think it would be helpful. A lot of voices as far as hearing it from folks, as far as seeing folks, as far as seeing the faces of a lot of the people talking. It was interesting to see. I enjoyed it. You know, actually wasn't gonna come, but talking to my mom, she said, "Well, you should think about coming down there and be a little more active as far as being in the city here again." So that's something I thought about and wanted to do. A lot of memories I had of like walking in this area. So areas leading to the park was something that you wanted to actually enjoy doing, and you don't now. And you pretty much want to drive past.
process was pretty good. It's very engaging. The residents really liked it. Went to all the tables around, and it dealt with a very large part of Maston. And anybody who knows dealt with residents in Maston, they are not quiet people, very vocal. So it was able to channel their energies, and I like the way that they started general and then started to bring it down into really land use planning. So it was actually a pretty good process. Just waiting on the outcomes, but it's a good start, very good start. Well, we've been briefing the block clubs on this beforehand, and so for the past month or so, we've been going over what is zoning, what is land use, what is this about, what do we want to see out of our neighborhoods, what we want to see in our neighborhoods. I'm just happy that it happened. I'm happy that they're engaging the citizens, and so when this comes into law, you know, the citizens will feel that, you know, I worked on this, I did this, and as well as they take it back to their block clubs. Because what we had today, we had a lot of presidents of block clubs who's actually working on behalf of the block clubs, and we just had residents who just wanted to be a part of it, you know. And when you offer these things to residents and you allow engagement, you have a much better process, and it make it very easier in order to change laws and change the city around.